Pair game. We're going to have it start out at 9 o'clock on Tuesday morning. So I already set up a sample club. This is the default interface. And just to speed things up, I'm going to bring up last week's game, bring it up in a separate tab, and we'll examine the results of that in a minute. So new pair game. So I start a new pair game. I am going to pretend that this is going to be Tuesday morning. Software's smart enough to know that I don't have a sanction for it, that I have to get special permission from ACBL. It's a 9 o'clock game. See how it automatically knows that it was Tuesday morning, gives me a default name of Tuesday morning. I'm going to give it 3 strats, 0, 250, 750. They've all been set up before. And I'm just going to go ahead and create that event. This is running in developer mode. Hadn't planned on creating this demo, so it may be running a little bit slower than normal. Here's section A, and I'm going to go ahead and insert some names. So everything is default. We could change anything. I don't remember on the first screen, but we had some club members, and the definition of a club member is that they come up a lot quicker than normal ACBL members. So if I just type in somebody who is not a club member, it comes up as well. Can actually type in ACBL player numbers, and so it knows the player numbers. What I would normally do now is, we're in training mode, is I'd fill in the names and I'd fill in the scores, but just to save time, I'm going to go to the previous week's game, which already has names in them and already has scores in them. So here are the names from the game that I set up, and here are the scores. So basically just saved a little bit of time from having to enter all the information on the previous one. We can change the scores, so if there's a scoring correction, same thing with ACBL score, we skip the leading 0, and it is smart enough to know that I cannot enter 5 on this because that would be 50. This is an invalid score. I should really say invalid score 50. These colors over here are all green, which means that all the results are in. We can go ahead and look at the leaderboard and show what happens when we change a score, that it will change the leaderboard. So this is the north-south, and here we have the east-west. Got the ability of very quickly being able to sort, so we'll find out who's winning the event. So at the moment, we've got a very tight race here between, well, let's make the first place winner, which is pair number 2. Let's give them some poorer scores, and we'll watch them drop. So we're interested in pair 2, north-south. So we go to the scores. Just as a TD, we don't know whether we need to look at scores by rounds, boards. In this case, we're going to look at north-south pair 2. And we're going to look at what would be some of their better boards, and we are going to give them some quite worse results. That should be sufficient. And we were interested in north-south pair 2, so the system's now going to rescore everything. We'll just see how well they are now doing. And so far from starting the event, we've taken about four minutes something. So north-south, if we sort by score, we see that pair 2 has dropped all the way. We can sort by pair number, and this is how they are ranked within the section and also overall. In this case, we've chosen to display all the numbers and all the positions. We probably will drop that for the final version, because if you've had a bad game, you really don't want to know that you finished 21st in overall in B. But that is a club game.